Hi everyone, Sue from Artcraft and Journals, and today I'm here to show you a little idea that I've come up with to use some of my baby wipes or used baby wipes. And I guess the idea sort of initiated from Wendy's journaling adventures, and she was covering she was making some little booklets using fabric covered. I think she used paper. So that sort of triggered the idea. And what I've come up with, because I do have still got a lot of baby wipes to use, and I guess mine aren't really, I don't know what the word is, but the colours that I tend to use together, it doesn't create a lot of mud, so therefore the colours on the baby wipes aren't really browny, or they're actually quite nice. So I can reuse them. What I've done is, and I'll start with, I don't know which one I'll start with, but what I've done is I've actually covered, and I think I'm a little too far, I'll just go back a little bit, and that's it. What I've done is I've covered some manila folder with the baby wipe, and that's decorated. So this one here, I was thinking, they're kind of booklets, and I was thinking this one would be great for putting Easter photos. Now I know this year Easter's probably not going to be a time to catch up with everybody because, well, most of us in the world can't. But I thought, even if your family took photos of, it's what they did on their Easter day, whether it's even just sitting there eating their Easter eggs, you could they can always email photos and things. So this one I thought would be great for that. What I've done is I've actually put pages in here with manila folder. I have a lot of used manila folders. So what I've done is I've cut just 2 pieces and made 4 pages. And because they're quite sturdy, you could put little photos in there and a little bit of journaling. So that's that one, and all I've got is an image. Now the images I've used are actually, I've kept the top bit, Wings of Whimsy Easter Bunny tags, and they're from Love and Light. So now I just, I think I was on Pinterest and came across them. I think that's how I got to them. So I've just printed those out. So that's the images, and now this one's got scrapbook paper behind it. Now it's not straight, as you'll see. The reason for that is because it's very hard to actually get the baby wipe to stay straight while you're sewing. But look, I've put some little flowers and a little bit of a baby wipe bowie thing to sort of distract from looking at the fact that it isn't straight. If that worries you, I guess, I don't know how, it's hard to actually stop that happening. But I guess if you can't pin it down, you could try gluing it, but then you have to wait till the glue dries, and I'm too impatient for that. But anyway, this is this one. Now another one I did, this is actually the first one I did. I've actually used book page around it, and you'll see that it's slightly off. It's not straight, and again that's because when you sew it, it pulls, and unfortunately my sewing machine just does not like sewing on unusual materials. Well, let's put it that way. So it kind of skips a little bit in places, but anyway. And I've embellished with this little ruffle made out of baby wipe as well. So there's book page and the image, and this one I've put a little pocket with a tag in it. I made these some time ago actually. I think there's a video for it. And these are just coffee dyed paper, and I've actually left it so that there's a bit more journaling space. So it could be a notebook or a journal, little journal, maybe just Easter memories, something like that. Now these ones I haven't put middles in yet. I figured I'd do that depending on what I'm going to use them for, or if I gift them, who I'm gifting it to. So this one has the image with some scrapbook paper, and it's got some little flowers, and I just popped that on for a tag. So that's that one. This one, a very simple one, again book page, and just a little bow and just not so great stitching, but I thought, oh well, it adds to the whole charm of it. Now also another thing is I just left that kind of rough. Some I've left rougher than others, some I've trimmed a little bit better, depends on what you like. And then there's this one here. This one again, the baby wipe. The image I just put directly onto the baby wipe, zigzagged around this one. Most of them I did straight stitch, and then this was one of the, it's I think it's a scrapbooking embellishment. It's like a ribbon, but it's got glue on it, like a sticker, so that you can stick that down as well. And as I said, these ones, the last three, don't have anything in, and as you can see, they are second hand, so there are slightly a few marks on them. But that's that. So what I thought I'd do is I'd just very quickly walk through how it was done. First of all, obviously cut the image out. I've put a hole in it, and I've popped this sari silk in there. You can distress the edges. I did on one of them, but I didn't with the others. And then all I simply did was, I have this piece here. Now you cut this piece to whatever size you want. I found that some of my baby wipes were a bit narrower than the others, so some are slightly shorter, but you just cut that to fit whatever your size baby wipe. Glue. Now I did glue this sort of in the center to hold it in place, and again, now it's up to you with this one. You could sew around, actually I'm thinking maybe I might take, no, I might leave it there. I think one of them, this one here, when I did the first one, I did sew a line of stitching when I sewed it onto the book page, and then I sewed again on the book page, but you certainly don't have to do that. This one I just zigzag stitched right around it. This one was only one row of stitching. It's up to you what you want to do. If you're not keen on stitching, you don't even have to stitch, I guess. And then the reason I did do the stitching though was because of the sticking it onto the baby wipe. I felt it had more chance of actually sticking, but I'm pretty sure the craft glue actually will stick it anyway. So there's all sorts of little ends there that are in the way, so I might try and get those off. Okay, so I'm going to leave that, and I'm just thinking I might run a row of stitching around that. So I will be back in a second. Okay, I've done that, and it's a little off center there, but I'm not too fussed. So then what I did was I put this over the card. Now it just fits, so to be on the safe side I'm actually going to just trim the bottom off it a little bit, just because it stretches a little bit, but it's really hard to stretch it the way you want it, so I find it easier to be on the safe side. Now I'm actually going to put some glue, because I have found that does help it stay in place a little bit better. They're not the easiest thing to sew, because as I said, they stretch and what have you, but look, they're not too bad if you're patient, I guess. I'm not quite that patient with them, I don't think, but I think it does help gluing, so give it a glue. Now I'm actually going to leave it that way because there's more colour on there, so it'd be nice to yeah, do it that way. And I'm going to pop that there, just put some glue, hopefully this will hold it in place. And again, I'm going to run some stitching around on the orange cardstock, or scrapbook paper I should say, and then I'm going to, with the sewing machine, run a straight stitch right around the edge of it. When I've done that, I will be back. Alright, I've sewn around that all. Now I'm just going to trim off some of these ends, and then I'm going to need to trim the edge of the baby wipe. As I said before, you can leave it a little bit. You know, you don't have to have it. You may like that look. It's up to you. I prefer to take a little bit off. So I'm just going to take a little bit off the edge here. You really do need a good pair of scissors for this too. I found that my normal sort of crafty scissors really couldn't cut it. And of course I can't find my fabric scissors, so these ones are just another pair that I've acquired recently. They're not that great though. Okay. Alright. There we go. So there's that. Now this bit here, I didn't sew that when I did the second row. I just left them. Now I did have this piece here. This is I don't know, I got it as part of a pack somewhere at a market or something. So I'm thinking it's made out of, it's not fabric, it's kind of like a plasticky stuff. So I'm thinking I might just pop that along there just for something, or maybe across the bottom. Actually, maybe across the bottom might be nice. Just across there, and I could even wrap it around the back. Yep, might do that. So I'm just going to neaten that edge up, and I think I'll use craft glue, and hopefully the craft glue will keep it from fraying. Just trying to figure out which is the right side. I think that's the right side. Alright, so that's still a bit gooey, but that's what it would look like. And now, as I said before, I'd probably decide what I'm putting in when I decide what I'm doing with them. You know, all I did for the other one with the booklet, where is it, this one, I think I had two pieces of A4 paper. And I folded them to fit in, and then I was going to cut that off, but then I thought, no, why would I could just fold them in that way. You know, you've got extra journaling space. And I just put a line of machine stitching down there, so that's what that was. So that's my little, I guess, Easter booklet idea. And as I said, if you'd like the free printables, I guess Google maybe those. I think I just went on Pinterest and did a search for Easter pictures, something like that, and this is what I ended up with. So that's my little idea of, again, using up some more baby wipes. I still have quite a lot to use up, so still thinking of more ideas, but that's just one idea. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber already, I would appreciate some people subscribing. I hope everybody's well. I hope you're getting lots of crafting time, and I wish everyone a great Easter. As best as you can have a great Easter in the conditions that we're tolerating at the moment, but I think, look, it's bound to end. And I'm sure there'll be lessons learned from everywhere and everyone. So, all right, well, I will see you next time. So have a great Easter, and bye for now.